Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
You disgust me.
Who gives a shit?
Go on.
I made it the fuck up. And it. And it. And it. And it. And it is glorious! And I run.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is your T-shirt historian, and welcome to Tuesday with Geeks.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Great.
Awesome, man. We got Snortapoopas. Yay! Everybody's favorite bear moderator. We got Silverlock. We got Malaquin. We got Driving and Dragons. And yes, Driving and Dragons, I have been watching your channel. I don't know if your view counts are going up or not, but yes, I have been watching. And thank you very much for the shout out the other day on your channel. I caught that. All right. Oh my gosh, we have got so much that we can jump into today, man. I mean,
Well, let me. Well, if you don't mind, T-shirt. Let me start with just a little list of some things I got this. A little stack of some books I got this week, just to get that out of the way because it'll take like 5 minutes. You know, it's one of those things we normally will line up like we'll put that off and then we never get to. So let me.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it. What is that? Encyclopedia what?
Aors, yeah. So this is the third of the Final Fantasy 14 encyclopedias. These are big old thick books.
And wow, that is nice.
Yeah, actually, they put a lot of care into it, and plus it gives me items in game. Well, oh no, as we bump that over, and like this looks like it should be a book out of a museum, and especially for anyone who's like really into the lore and the world building and all that stuff, this is a perfect kind of book for all that. Like, I
almost kind of hoped it was an embossed cover, but
well, here's the back. Actually, yeah, that is pressed in.
Oh, it is embossed. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, very very happy with this.
That's very cool, man. And Turok, hey, I remember that issue.
One of the best-selling comics of '92.
Yep. I don't think I ever bought Turok because I just wasn't into the character and stuff. But I may have bought number 1 just as an investment. So I have it probably sitting around in a comic box somewhere.
I bought this for a whole like $3, $4.
Wow, that just tells me how much my investment's worth now.
Yeah. So I had made a passing comment to my comic shop like last week or the week before. I was like, yeah, I was kind of thinking about picking up some Turok because come on, Indian dude fighting dinosaurs. Hell yeah, that's awesome. and they didn't have any in stock. Well, then I came back a week later and they had a stack of like the first 7 for me waiting. So I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to take them. They took the time to pick those up for me.
And I see Teagle Manor under all that from Frog God Games.
Oh, we'll get there because I got a little box from them. Yeah.
Yep. Weapon X with Barry Windsor Smith cover. Yep.
Also, like something I got to read this week for the Friday night comic show, for my Friday comic show.
Mm.
And what can I say? It's one of the definitive Wolverine comics.
Oh yeah. I remember well. The 90s wasn't that long ago for me.
This is like that peak Wolverine. This is the stuff I remember was coming out when I was like that. All the media I was consuming at the time was kind of based on. So this is the perfect stuff to go into.
Oh yeah, it's too bad the movie was garbage, but
yeah, it's got some entertaining charm to it for other reasons. And yes, I got a little box of some books from Frog God Games this week.
Mm-hmm. I've had that Teagle Manor for a while, and that is a good one. And the cool thing is, I've actually shown that one to my friend who actually owns the original Teagle Manor from Judges Guild, and I'll say this much, man: the one from Frog God is amazing.
Oh, especially with this map here alone.
Because
like
it's
250 rooms.
Well, yeah. Well, see, the old one has a bunch of rooms too, but unlike this new one, all it is it's a floor plan, and then it's like room number 6, 2 whites, room number 7, 1 vampire or whatever. It doesn't give you any motivations. It doesn't really give you much room detail or anything. So the old modules, as they were originally made, were very much kind of like left open to DM interpretation for why stuff was where it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was still that like pre-Ravenloft era where there's no rhyme or reason for why things are where they're at. And you know, this is one of those adventures that's always been kind of on my radar. And well, I finally decided to go ahead and pick up a few of their books since some of Frog God Game stuff is going out of print, and they have a bunch of stuff on sale. So if you're looking to pick up if you got any of their books on your list that you want to pick up, then I would advise you do that now while you can.
I'll tell you what, that particular Teagle Manor right there is it's not, well, I would put it head to head against Ravenloft for quality of the adventure and the overall campaign. Now, it doesn't have all the, the expansive settings and everything like the newest Ravenloft, Curse of Strahd has. But as far as just a self-contained adventure and the environs around it, including the town, it's pretty amazing. You could easily build your campaign around that book right there and have plenty to do for many sessions.
You just wander into a room and find a animated bed waiting to suck some people up, or brains in jars.
That looks like a Grell.
Strangling ghosts. And the laboratory has water elementals, doppelgangers.
Yeah, I don't think the original even goes into anywhere near that much detail. Like I said, it's basically just a floor plan and encounter areas with, keyed encounters with, I think, treasure. That's it.
Yeah, this is one I wanna just kind of throw some players into at some point. So, that's sort of that's one of those. This is going to be one of those bucket list, games to run.
You know what I look forward to seeing?
What's up?
And it hasn't happened yet, but eventually we're going to get AI trained well enough. We already have really good map generators, encounter and treasure generators. So marrying an AI to that, at some point in the future, it may take about another 5 years before they get it down real good. But you will be able to push a button and AI will be able to assemble an entire floor plan and keyed encounters with narrative text and descriptions for why it's there. It will happen. We're not there yet, but it will happen.
Well, I did get one. So I did get one last book from them.
Oh, what'd you say? What were you saying, Greg?
Oh, I was just saying I've already seen a lot of the dungeon and floor plan stuff, and it's not there. It's just not there.
It's not there yet, but it will be. We just have to get the right AI. We have to get it trained, and it'll get there. And yeah, City of Brass. You showed me a picture of that one, and yeah, I've been wanting to check that one out myself.
It's like 300 plus pages. Almost chalking it up over 400 pages.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is one of those legendary D&D settings that, TSR and WotC always sort of ignored, and well, someone stepped up to the plate, and here we are with the legendary city on the Plane of Fire.
I always assumed that it would be like a really high level adventure to get there in the first place, because just being able to wield spells that would be enough to keep you from dying there from the heat would have to be pretty extensive. Not to mention, you'd probably have to bring your own water sources.
Oh yeah, it's just that in and of itself is an entire adventure. Holy cow! This book is MSRP's for $100, and I certainly didn't pay that for this.
Oh no.
That's one of the unfortunate things with them is their books, for better or worse, will always kind of maintain that value because they never really do sales.
Yep. And I know you showed me a picture of the Necropolis book that you got, which I was looking through my stuff recently, and as it turns out, I not only have that book, but I found my original Necropolis by Gary Gygax. My third edition one.
And I will say that with Frog God games, they are kind of speaking to me on the right level for the types of adventures and the settings they're doing. I mean, Necropolis has scratched that itch for me because I often say I like Pharaoh for what it is as an adventure. The I5.
There's one you definitely need to pick up that I have actually considered running an entire. Well, okay. There's definitely 2 books I would get from Frog God Games if you're considering running any kind of an OSR or any kind of a D20 style campaign, and one of them is Baracus, which it's a full city with an entire adventure built onto it, an entire dungeon and everything else. It's really good. And Bard's Gate, which is a complete city unto itself. It's like a huge, massive location. It's extremely well mapped out, and it's on the same quality level as something like City State of the Invincible Overlord.
So I think I might have gotten a couple PDFs of those because, Frog God has done some of like the Humble Bundles, so I might just happen to have a PDF of those. But I think at the moment the Baracus might possibly be part of the sale. It might be. I think it might be going out of print.
Yeah, they've had Baracus on sale for a long time. I know I got mine kind of cheap way back in the day, but it's definitely worth getting. Actually, I'll be honest, most anything from Necromancer games or Frog God games is absolutely worth getting, just because they're very old school. They do good stuff.
Which reminds me, I believe they still have a Kickstarter in the process right now for like old school essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they say their stuff was going out of print? Because of Dolman Wood?
No, I think it's more so of a they want to clear some space in the warehouse.
Yeah, they're always running warehouse stuff. Dolman Wood is OSE though, right? And then isn't that what is it?
Yes.
Necronomic or Gnome
that's right.
games?
That's right. Gnome.
Necromancer Gnome.
The 2 confused.
Yeah.
Or Necrotic Gnome. That's it.
Necrotic Gnome. Yeah. Good stuff.
Because I know the Necrotic Gnome stuff is going out of print.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
Why?
not printing. They're not doing OSC anymore. It's gone.
Really?
Really? Why is that?
Because of Dolman Wood.
OGL?
They want to do all Dolman Wood.
Really?
That's what I heard as far as the physical stuff.
I wouldn't mind getting into a Dolman Wood campaign, but I haven't heard anybody really say much about it. I think I have one Dolman Wood book, but it's not like the core or anything. It's just an adventure that came with my OSE stuff.
You don't need that. Just get Iries. God, it's medieval off-the-dick fantasy.
I have like 100 copies of Iries, bud. And no exaggeration.
I'm not like
Matter of
those
fact,
Scrubs Black Lodge games.
Since I do have a really decent raffle system now, what I may start doing is just doing live giveaways and just start, giving away Aries books to people who show up in chat. So
You should. That giveaway we did the other day for what's his name? And
for
Funster.
Chubby?
Yeah.
Chubby Funster?
Yep. Nobody has messaged me. Mike, guys, I'm giving away free books. So nobody wanted. I guess they didn't know how to find me, probably, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of the things where you probably have to really kind of say it more on social media.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow, like this comment and follow me.
Yeah, or just let people know ahead of time.
Remember
that you can do a giveaway.
Subscribe. Leave a comment down below.
Well, let's see. We want to keep everything kind of positive on the show, so here's some good news.
I stopped into a dollar store yesterday while I was waiting on a pizza, and I was kind of walking around, and I found Eternals like wall stickers there. They're like down to like $1.25 for like the decent size stuff. Like nobody wants this. Nobody
wants this.
Not even comic book fans wanted an Eternals movie.
No, I mean, I remember the Eternals from the comic books, and the comic book Eternals were cool. I mean, it was a Jack Kirby creation. It was a neat idea, but just the way that that Disney handled it was just crap.
Well, they literally said they chose it because they were so unknown they could just recast and race swap all the characters. It was literally because nobody knew who they were. They thought that, well, it's a Marvel movie. Surely everybody will come out and watch it. Well, no. And then to make matters worse, the movie about two and a half, 3 weeks later, Spider-Man came out and made everyone even forget this movie for as little fanfare as it had.
God, that Spider-Man movie was awesome. I cried a lot during that film.
Man,
several times.
I'll tell you what had a kick-ass trailer today, though, was the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Trailer?
No.
The new trailer makes it look real good.
We might have to check it out on Saturday if I can avoid getting a copyright hit.
No.
You won't be able to.
Okay. Well, then there we go.
But definitely watch.
Yeah. Well, here's one that might get us copyright hit, but I doubt it because because we love the Echo Chamberlain so much, but he put out a little 6-minute video that kind of describes where the Star Wars canon is now after the Acolyte, and I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Oh no, it's I mean, like,
the outset of Star Wars: A New Hope, a naive boy named Luke is helping his uncle buy new droids for their farm. Luke and Uncle Owen purchase an R2 unit that by coincidence had once helped Luke's long-since deceased mother's spaceship elude a blockade of the planet of which she was queen, around the time she met Luke's father Anakin as a small slave boy, Anakin likely having been conceived and brought to life by mystical methods developed by an evil Sith Lord named Darth Plagueis, who learnt this technique of life generation from a coven of lesbian space witches, who exploited a virgins in the mystical power of the Force and raised Force baby twins in an abandoned mining installation, recurrently gathering to ride around and gaze rapturously at the night sky while chanting the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
And did we mention the completely stone encased mine framework, metal and steel, is highly flammable?
As is outer space.
Yes, and just like outer space, you can burn fire like a camp.
And people are like, oh, look at the Death Star exploded, and there was fire. There was a lot of oxygen in the Death Star. That's why it made a big fireball. Yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, the sun couldn't burn because it's, how can it burn? It's got no oxygen in space. And I'm kind of like, it's a thermonuclear reaction you're watching happening, dumbass. But
to the strains of a non-diegetic orchestra until interrupted by Jedi, one of whom tried to force the issue of obtaining one of the twins for off-world institutionalized Force training because his boredom and homesickness on the remote planet drove him to an impulsive decision, part of a chain of events that culminated with one of the twins' mothers turning into a scary apparition of non-corporeal black smoke that provoked her death by an alarmed Jedi who stabbed her particles with a lightsaber, inciting one of the twins to a lifetime of exacting vengeance and her trauma being exploited to bring her to the dark side by a stranger in league with Darth Plagueis, who would become the master of Darth Sidious, the future Chancellor of the Republic Senate, and then evil dark side dictator of the galaxy, who in turn would become the master of Luke's father, Anakin Skywalker, later renamed Darth Vader, who by coincidence is just above Luke's planet in orbit at this moment, though neither know of the other's existence, and Darth, encased in a black mechanical suit, is presently preoccupied with obtaining plans of a massive planet-destroying space station secreted into the database of R2, who was joined in the Skywalker family's droid purchase by C-3PO, who, by another coincidence, was built from spare parts as a hobby by Anakin, Luke's Luke's father, now Darth Vader, when he was a slave boy, who would ultimately leave his planet in the company of 2 Jedi Masters, one of whom, Obi-Wan Kenobi, would become his mentor before an unfolding tragedy of coercion and manipulation would culminate in Obi-Wan and Darth fighting each other to the death in an epic duel that would leave Anakin, latterly Darth Vader, limbless and apparently dying on a bank next to a lake of lava, only for the two to then face off again 10 years later on a desolate planet where Obi-Wan would again get the better of Darth. Luke's uncle, facilitating the purchase of the droids, had, only 10 years ago, joined with his wife, Aunt Beru, in arming themselves to stave off an assault on their property by a woman who was attacked by Darth Vader in the Jedi Temple when she was a girl, and who now, in an elaborate long-term scheme, joined with the dark side and contributed to the stalking of remaining Jedis and Force sensitives, perpetrating heinous murders and dismemberments with the much-deferred objective of eventually killing Darth Vader, Luke's father, out of revenge, with young Luke at the time not remembering much of the details or faces because he fell unconscious from the strain of running into the night while his aunt and uncle made their last stand in defense of their homestead. Eventually, young Luke, when cleaning up the droids, is shown a hologram projection of the desperate princess who left a message in R2, hoping the message gets to now old Obi-Wan Kenobi, the message having inadvertently ended up by coincidence with her long-lost twin brother. The two of them having been separated when their mother died of despair in childbirth, they were sent to different locations for their safety. Princess Leia is hoping that old Obi-Wan will help her, a man with whom she spent an intense and unforgettable span of time with when she was 10 years old, being kidnapped twice, including by the young woman who would later harass Luke's aunt and uncle in their own home, and even being bustled away towards safety under a massive green trench coat by Obi-Wan and was sharing a solemn farewell, though much of this will seem ambiguous in Leia's memory. When R2 goes rogue and heads out toward Obi-Wan's cave dwelling, Luke follows, and upon encountering Obi-Wan Kenobi, he is diffident about leaving home in a galactic quest, until the murder of his aunt and uncle leaves him little choice, and Luke, Obi-Wan and the droids head to find a ship to leave the star system, encountering a smuggler named Han, whose ship's navigation system is powered by the enduring soul of a robot, and whose co-pilot is a Wookiee, whose life partner is named Lala, and they have a son named Lumpy. Together, the gang blast off in an adventure to save the princess and bring hope to the galaxy, the beginning of a noble quest that will conclude with Luke fighting, then redeeming his father, who will pass away after an eventful and tragic life that began with him being conjured into life by a Sith who learnt the Force to create life from a planet formerly occupied by a coven of similarly life-creating lesbian space witches.
Yeah, but have they... But when do they bring up this father's, brother's, nephew's, cousin's former roommate?
I mean, you know, it's so bad now. It's like you can't even...
Every frame a painting.
Every frame a piece of fecal matter.
And the problem is they've gone so far, tying so many of these elements into just any little frame of storyline they can have.
I mean,
it's like they went out. Oh my god, they went out of their way with the Acolyte to try to avoid going into anything directly tied to the main movies. But no, we're gonna totally go back and rewrite how the fucking Immaculate Conception works.
Well, they lifted lines directly out of the other films, Han Solo's "Then I'll See You in Hell" is lifted from Empire Strikes Back, to put in the Acolyte, strike him down and your journey will be complete was lifted from Return of the Jedi. I mean, there's the Acolyte is, to call it derivative would be there's not a single thing in there that's original. Everything from it is kind of like somebody used an AI scraper on the Star Wars series and just lifted all the parts from it they like and just jammed it all into one script. It's just terrible.
I'm convinced at this point they have copies of the scripts for the first the real 6 movies, and they're just slowly but surely sharpening out old lines of dialogue for stuff they can filter from.
Oh, no kidding. It really feels like it. I mean, and it doesn't matter how big or how small the reference to something else is. It's just anything that they can, hold up the keys and jangle them at what's left of the fan base in order to bring them back. I mean, it is bad. And speaking of jangling keys at the fan base, how about we dive into the oh man, I'm almost afraid to do this.
Can we have something a little positive first? Like we gotta sandwich this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Let's have some positivity first. How about let's show you guys something that you haven't seen yet. Actually, I'm gonna show you 4 trailers. They're all really cool. In fact, one of them I know is gonna get Greg really excited. But here's one that. Yep. But here's one that got me excited. I know you haven't seen this one yet, Caster, so this ought to be good.
No, I haven't.
I hope we don't get copyright claim for these, but if we do, yeah, you know why that there's big chunks of this episode missing.
Yeah, look at all those monks that we shouldn't be in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, shut up.
Sobre os monges Tekken, eliminando os restos da Mishima Zaibatsu.
技と体はかつてなく磨かれておる。心が不安定な状態ゆえ。
That's Heihachi's technique.
取れておらんのだ。
そろそろ頃合いだな。
He's back.
Cool.
Yep. I'm excited about it.
But when do we get gone?
I don't know if we'll ever get him again. These next ones are a little bit shorter. That one is kind of a long one. Like, this is pretty short. But yeah, King of the Fighters, people can look forward to this one. I love this soundtrack. Vice and Mature.
Where's my man? Terry Bogota.
Terry's already in there.
Cool.
Terry's already been in there. He's been in there since day one. But he's always been in there. But have you seen Terry in this? Which this makes me wonder now if his stage is going to be in Pow Pow Cafe, which... Because Pow Pow Cafe exists in a different city than the one in Street Fighter. Because it's different universes. Burning Knuckle.
Interesting. Give me Art of Fighting.
Yeah, I really want Ryo Sakazaki.
So let me ask you, like, if you could only play one of the two games, which would you? Or I suppose now three. Which would it be?
It's
Of
not
the three?
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Street Fighter 6, just because there's more to do. But I honestly think I prefer Tekken's fighting system better. It's a little bit more realistic. Although I am noticing that a lot of people are using a lot of cheap moves in Tekken 8.
We
No,
all
it's
know
like-
the real answer is Dead or Alive.
God, that game was that game is cheesy. It has a block
I don't
button.
have it. I don't have $1,000 for DLC.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you pretty much bankroll the entire project with your DLC.
Give me a Shenmue fighting game. Come on, let's get
Oh, God, man, I heard so many bad things about Shenmue 3.
Oh, it's if you like the original cheesy, crappy Shenmue, and it is cheesy, then you'll like Shenmue 3. If you were expecting anything more than the Shenmue from the Dreamcast days, you'll be disappointed.
I played Shenmue on the Dreamcast days, but here's one I.
Oh, I was to say, what up? Did you guys hear about the Samurai Showdown action, the like hack and slash game they're doing?
Another one?
It's like a Dynasty Warriors.
Well, more like a Streets of Rage. Is
Oh, cool.
The best I could kind of hear is well, at least what I'm speculating based on the little snippets I've heard. But yeah, suffice to say, we're getting a Samurai Showdown game that it's not solely a fighting game.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be cool. I always like Samurai Showdown.
Yeah,
but this is one that I wish Grim was on here to watch, because I think this one would get him excited. It should get Greg pretty excited. But this one kind of crept up on me.
I am Fafnir. This village will be reduced to ash and bone. Your champions won't stop me, no matter how resourceful they are in these barren lands.
Whoa.
Yep.
You
I knew it.
humans and your walls, barricades and watchtowers. I will scorch them all. Your gods won't save you. Their divine gifts are just trinkets for me. So, you do know how to hurt me, but I get stronger with time. My protective spells can be broken, but among heroes, there is always a selfish traitor. I have never known defeat. Back now, and face me on the Heathlands.
I'm in.
This is on Kickstarter right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me dig it up really quick. I should have done that before I showed that video, but you know me, I'm always like super duper prepared. I'm so on point. We're so professional. Yeah, The Flames of Fafnir. It is a physics-based board game.
I've got it.
Oh, I had just found it myself, but yeah, that's it right there, and it's already hit funding, so it's a guaranteed go. You got 6 days left to back it. I don't think it's terribly expensive either.
Well, it looks tight.
Yeah, it does look fun.
Look, any chance to have like the big, you got a big dragon shooting balls down at people? Like, yeah,
Yeah, see, I knew that would get Greg. I figured that would probably get Grim because he got his crossbows and catapults set.
Oh, look at that! Tink, tink, tink.
And he got his necromold set. So Grim is kind of living his second childhood right now. So I know he would enjoy this.
The very first time they showed it, I was reminded of Fireball Island.
Well, they redid that one too, and they redid Thunder Road.
Fireball Island has a ton of expansions too.
But yeah, this game looks fun.
That looks good.
But it looks like it's it's kind of one of those games that looks like it's fun to play with like younger players, and also the adults will enjoy it too.
It looks to be a good little mix of complexity here for all ages.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you get,
so there you go.
Okay, and there's even strategy for the monster. Like, I wonder if it's going to be a game where it's like 1 versus 4, 1 versus 5.
I'm curious myself, but yeah, if you notice, Fafnir has he can be moved back and forth around the board, and you put the little marble in and shoot it out, and he knocks your stuff down.
Load fireballs of different sizes and ultimately shoot them at the village.
Mm-hmm.
As an enterprising 12-year-old, I would have found a way to make him shoot actual fire.
And plus, it's a big giant miniature, so a guy like me would enjoy painting it.
Are you up for the challenge, adventurer?
What's the well, actually I was about to say what it
the in price?
Yeah, let's see. The keys to the pledge manager are nothing but like it's a retailer pledge. Basic pledge is $87. And that's pledge manager access, the base game, and the stretch goals. If you want to do the collector's pledge that gets everything, because it's got like 3 expansions for it, that's $174. So kind of expensive, but it, a lot of plastic.
Games like this are that expensive these days.
Yeah,
this is a game I think is going to be a lot of fun with the secondhand market for custom pieces, because I could see people wanting to just add in like new expansion and additional ideas like extra meeples, which I happen to have some right here. More meeples, more little village pieces, which I could see those getting upgraded as well. There's a lot of potential here for this.
Meeples copyright strike. Did you read that story? That news?
No.
There's a long article about this. Some German company tried to copyright the term meeple, even though it's used in like a billion games. And actually took somebody to court because they called their things meeples or whatever. It was a big nightmare.
Huh. Oh, the expansion has more dragons that it adds in, smaller ones.
More dragons, more problems.
Did you scroll down to see them on the expansion stuff?
I'm on it right now.
Okay, and then below it is the golem and the statues and stuff in the altars of the god or the Valhalla expansion.
Just getting through the first one right now. Oh, look at that little wolf!
Look at the monolith.
Let's see, Valhalla. Someone is going to upgrade this wolf and do like a nice full 3D print.
That would be nice. I don't know if it's too late for stretch goals, I think, but yeah, that little monolith looks pretty cool.
Altars, look at this little statues and
those are cool.
Yeah, the miniature painters like me will really enjoy this.
Oh, dude, there's a ramp?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could turn the fireball back on him.
Yeah, there's stuff that gets in its way.
But this looks pretty sweet.
I'm gonna have to watch videos of this because this is something I could probably see getting people to play.
Yeah.
There's like an entire group of Ironcasters playing it. I just saw their picture.
And there you go, guys. Like I said, occasionally, stuff falls into my lap that looks pretty cool, and that one definitely caught my eye right away because of the big plastic dragon. So I was kind of like, let's take a look. And
yeah. All right. That was definitely worth checking out.
Yep, and we'll have to get Grim on board because I bet Grim would love the hell out of this.
Well, upgrade the. Oh, yeah, and here's all the upgrades they've done as well: fire tokens, little resources, quest holder trays,
undead. Oh boy.
Some of this stuff is a little silly, like the quest holder tray. Come on, it's just You don't need that.
And yeah, that's just a lot of the extra little minutia there. But yeah, this looks like a fun little game. I think I might back it. Maybe I'll go on $1 and
you could always put your money in on the pledge manager and then pay up the rest later on when you got money. So
yeah, we'll do $1.
There you go. But now it's time to take a look at something that definitely got me laughing earlier today.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Something I almost kind of maybe think we ought to wait for Saturday when we have Grim on, but
oh please God, no.
Yes. The 10 species in the 2024 Player's Handbook. Yes. I tell you what, since we're kind of low on time, we'll just start with the updated thing, okay? Because it's got like several different things.
Yeah, we'll get a little sample.
Yeah, we'll give a little sample for what's Saturday, but let's see. Aasimar, now included as a species in the core rules and based on the Aasimar from Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse, which I'm really surprised because they had tieflings in the base book last time, but they didn't have Aasimar, and I'm just kind of like, oh, why? But they have Celestial Revelation, so you can select the option each time you transform. All Celestial Revelation forms deal extra damage once per turn on an attack. So they can change into animals or something, I guess. I don't know.
They will become a biblically accurate angel.
They're the spirit born from Diablo 4 expansion.
Inner Radiance. Previously radiant consumption. Still deals radiant damage equal to your proficiency bonus with a 10-foot radius, but the extra radiant damage on one attack per turn has been moved to the broader Celestial Revelation feature. So they've got an attack that never goes away. Dragonborn. There we go. It's Greg's favorite race.
It's basically all the changes that are here are exactly the same as the ones in my book, to the point where I could see them.
Really?
They're pretty damn close.
The breath weapon is an attack, can be used as part of an attack action, and is equal to your proficiency bonus and damage scales from 1d10 up to 4d10 at level 17.
Which at level 17, nobody's makes it that far anyway.
No. But 4d10 at level 17 is kind of weak.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, by then, your mages are dropping, 10 dice fireballs?
Meteors. Dropping meteors.
You can choose the shape of your breath weapon each time. Oh, so now you got a situational choices on breath weapons. Well, that's handy.
So you could do it as a cone or do it as just like a line.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense because you just kind of like, just focus your lips together and purse them.
I guess. And at level 5, they can sprout spectral wings that appear similar to your breath weapon and gain fly speed for 10 minutes once per long rest. So,
flying is overpowered. It's lame.
Not at level 5, because at level 5, that's around the same time your wizard starts getting his fly spell. So it's actually underpowered compared to the wizard, but still.
Yeah, but then you can have a dragonborn wizard.
Yeah.
That can fly like multiple times.
Well, but only for 10 minutes. Which in combat rounds is a long time. Dwarves have been streamlined. They now all receive Dwarven Toughness, Dark Range to 120 feet, and an updated Stone Cunning. So their Dark Vision got even better. Oh, they now move 30 feet speed instead of 20.
Somehow.
Yep, so It's all an attempt to sort of standardize a lot of elements.
Mm-hmm. The Stone Cunning 2014 features have been replaced. You get Tremor Sense for 10 minutes on stone surfaces. This is a bonus action. That's pretty powerful.
Let me stop and cast my Tremor Sense.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Elves, you could choose Insight, Perception, or Survival for keen senses. So, yeah, that's great. Drow no longer suffer from sunlight sensitivity. Oh, ain't that something?
Can't have any negative setbacks.
Nope, can't have any negatives whatsoever. So, Drow have no penalties now. But aren't Drow pretty much just like every other elf? They don't get all the cool Drow stuff that elves do? That they used to?
The thing is, this is only telling what they've changed with it, so we would have to really stop and compare to what's in it.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of, wasn't there like an Ardling or some sort of like other race like that should have also been on here?
Well, this is just the changes. The other races will be down on another section.
Okay.
I think they actually got rid of the Ardling, didn't they? Enough people didn't like them or something. I don't remember. But High Elves starts with Prestidigitation, which that is a super powerful 0-level spell.
There's a reason why there's a reason why people always take it as like the first cantrip.
I don't know if it does everything that it used to do back in 3.0, but if it still does all the same stuff in 5.0, it's a way powerful spell. But you can replace it with a different cantrip from the wizard spell list whenever you complete a long rest. So basically, they have a free 0-level spell. Right? A free cantrip. Wood Elf has Mask of the Wild, has been replaced with Knowledge of the Druid Craft cantrip. So I don't know what the Druid Craft cantrip does. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, we can, yeah. So Prestidigitation, yeah, instantaneous harmless sensory effect, lighter snuff a candle, cleaner soil an object, chiller warmer flavor, color a mark, non-magical trinket. So yeah, Prestidigitation is still just as powerful as it used to be. Druidcraft, tiny harmless sensory effect that predicts what whether your location will be. Flowers blossom, instantaneous sensory effects like falling leaves, puffs of winds, skunks, instantly snuffer. So basically, Druidcraft, it's Prestidigitation by a different name, with some slightly different effects. Each elf...
we get to be slightly magical.
Yeah, well, yeah, each elf variant has an associated pair of spells gained at level 3 and level 5. Always prepared and can be cast once without a spell slot, or again using your character's available spell slots. So the elves now resemble the old basic elves, which used to be fighter mages, but they don't have all the power of a mage.
You know, I kind of go back and forth on this because it's a little it's annoying because they've put magic in everything, but elf, it kind of makes sense to do it because elves are slightly magical in nature.
Elves were always kind of overpowered. I mean, it was always the optimal race to pick up, in my opinion. So, Gnome now somehow go 30 feet. I don't know how. Forest gnomes can speak with... Fast. Yeah, they walk really fast. Forest gnomes now have speak with animals, always prepared. Like, wow, okay, so that's not really powerful. You don't need a druid anymore, just have a forest gnome with you.
You can cast it without a spell slot a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
Uh-huh.
My loader king can do that.
Get it?
But only for animals of their own type.
Yeah, well, these guys get it any type, so.
Yeah, that's overpowered.
Rock gnomes gain mending and prestidigitation cantrip. Wow. Mending can be a pretty powerful spell since it can repair constructs.
The spell can physically repair a magical item or construct, but the spell cannot
Mhm.
restore magic to such an object. Yeah.
Used to be that you could use mending spells on what do you call them, Warforged. But yeah,
I like the idea of dwarves like being at a smithery and like taking a long time, and it's like they have a hammer. I don't want them to just cast mending.
yeah, and you can still have up to 3 devices at a time. So I don't know though. This kind of messes up gnomes, in my opinion, even further. Because remember, I have always said that gnomes have no place in the game anymore. So now forest gnomes are kind of like elves, but they're like little dwarves. And they're kind of like dwarves.
Gnomes are just basically becoming like a dwarf variant.
Or an elf variant now, the forest gnome.
It's like... So, in other words, forest gnomes are just dwarves who couldn't get out of the forest.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Goliath, now included as a species in the core rules. Yeah. 35-foot speed. Okay, so I guess that's because they're so big. They now have giant ancestry, which gives you specific benefits, depending on which kind it is, which that could be really powerful. Like if you get fire resistance from being a fire giant, fire is one of the most common types of damage. So that has potential to be pretty OP. Large form at level 5, you get a bonus action to become large for 10 minutes, gaining advantage on strength checks and increasing speed by another 10 feet.
I don't like that.
So at level 5, you get bigger and you can start moving 45 feet. That's about as fast as a centaur used to move.
Oh, I guess there's no reason to have Minotaur anymore.
Hey, I like minotaurs. Stop. Powerful build. No longer grants proficiency in athletics, but you have advantage on saving throws made to end the grappled condition in addition to increased carrying capacity. Okay, so don't get into a wrestling contest with a Goliath, I guess.
I don't know. I'm just picturing like a Goliath riding the back of a giant spider like his mount.
Well, I mean, could you imagine a Goliath Ranger? Because now you can do it.
He uses palm trees for his bow.
I mean, it's a core race now, so. Halflings have been streamlined. All 2024 halflings received the Brave, Halfling Nimbleness, and Luck, formerly called Lucky, and Naturally Stealthy traits. And they now have a 30-foot speed, too.
Yeah, like I said, it's an attempt to standardize it.
Uh-huh. Everybody moves the same rate now, it looks like.
Except Goliath.
Yeah, which moves faster. 2024 human has a new set of traits that are closely aligned with the 2014 variant human traits. Blah, it's not a big deal. Resourceful, you gain heroic inspiration when you finish a long rest. Skillful, you gain proficiency in one skill of your choice. Versatile, you gain one origin feat of your choice, in addition to one gained at character creation. So, humans, as usual, get more skill-based and feat stuff. So, they have potential to be kind of more specialized and overpowered at lower levels. But overall, they're still going to struggle because all the other races have things like dark vision.
You know, this now has made it a good question of which would be better to have, the skillful or the versatile, because at the end of the day, like that's kind of one of the issues with 5e is those ranks in those skills don't ever really increase. So there is that added value with the skillful to have one additional proficiency.
Orc now included as a species in the core rules. Weren't they always? Oh, no, half-orcs
No, they had
were.
half-orc.
Okay, so now full orc is, and they have adrenaline rush.
It's because they're Mexican, remember?
Shh, I was going to say something about that, dude. You stole my thunder. After a short or long rest, their dark vision has been expanded to 120 feet now, so it's the same as a dwarf. They no longer have the powerful build feature, though. They got weaker. It does not state that they have the taco making skill. But I believe that I would homebrew that in. Just based on what I've seen in the artwork.
They get increased ranks in cooking, and probably tiling.
Gardening.
There we go. Tiefling.
2024.
The only species that anyone is ever going to play.
Yep. Well, let's see. They choose from one of 3 lower planes for their fiendish legacy: abyssal, chthonic, or infernal. So yeah, you get your choice of 3 variants. They have an associated damage resistance and pair of spells gained at level 3 and 5. So they're pretty much like elves. And each spell is always prepared. Yeah, tieflings are elves with horns, basically. I mean, do you agree, or?
Yeah.
They don't get the cantrip at first level, but they get damage resistance instead. I think the tiefling's probably a little bit more powerful now.
That's what I'm saying, Mike.
Do we want to check out the new species, or you want to wait for Saturday?
We're in this far. Let's go ahead and rip the bandage off.
No, it's 9:03. Let's wait where we can talk about this artwork in depth.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Good point.
We'll finish ripping the Band-Aid off this one when we have Grimm and company. But yeah. So for you want a Kinder Wizard? Hey, Crafty. Yeah, did they have to take a long rest in the middle of that? Yeah, I got to have a siesta, man.
Crafty missed us going over every cool fighting game.
Yeah, you did, man. Here we go. While we're talking about the orcs, let me put this on. There we go.
I feel like we need to also have, while we're at it, add a brown filter over this, or a yellow filter.
Oh,
So, we make this more authentic.
Yeah, that's true.
Need to be careful. You'll summon the basic expert. It'll just pop up out of nowhere.
What is this now? Wrestling? I guess. Yeah. Where's your luchador mask?
we totally need to get John in here with a luchador mask.
Comes flying out like Rey Mysterio
with his yard work hat. Did he ever show you that?
No.
He's got an authentic one.
I want him to show us one of those ducks on stream. Because his ducks had ducklings.
No, we were talking about the trailers for the new stuff, the DLC.
Yeah, we took a look at all the new characters and stuff coming up, Crafty.
Yeah, the new King of Fighters stuff.
Yep.
That's right
there we go, guys. There's our hour. We still have lots of species stuff to go over with, and we're gonna hammer that on Saturday. And Lord knows we still have lots of other stuff, we have the actual reading of the Assassin's Creed apology letter to Japan. And by that I mean Grums was nice enough to go through and translate what they actually meant when they wrote it.
Don't forget the one Japanese researcher who apparently is the authority and completely reverses. Oh, never mind.
Yes, I agree. Species is stupid.
Yeah, can you imagine a dwarf coming up to you on a road, on an adventure, and be like, "I'm a member of the dwarf species." Oh.
I am of the tiefling species.
Oh, you gotta look at us and you just know. Don't worry, we're not gonna tell you we're dwarves. You'll just know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, on Saturday I gotta show my stuff more so I can be the final boss and Kaiju Shitlords.
There you go. You have to be the final boss of Kaiju Shitlords now. So
now,
but
nothing.
You don't smoke a pipe; you smoke a smokestack.
Yeah.
Mhm. But I believe Saturday I may, I have so much stuff to give away, and I said I would do it whenever I hit 1,000 subs. So I think Saturday is the day that I'm gonna start all the giveaway stuff. Starting off with the Nemesis, completely sealed Nemesis boxed game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a $100 product, and I'm gonna give it away for free to some lucky person out there who watches the stream on Saturday.
Yeah, Crafty Matt's with me. My boy is back. A terrible gutter.
There we go, guys.
Oh, dude. Oh, don't forget you can unbox the duplicate, slightly updated Astrius and then give away the
Oh
other.
yeah, that's true, because I'll have 2 copies of it then. I may just do that. I need to make an unboxing video for that anyway. I've got a couple more things I need to unbox. But yeah, there you go, guys. We'll have some stuff during the week. I think Castor and I are going to do some kind of painting stream during the week, but don't hold my feet to the fire on that one. Depends on how busy he gets.
Rabbits and monkeys and ferrets and squirrels to paint.
Well, Thursday...
And I have some other stuff.
You just muted yourself.
He's transforming into Ultraman.
Oh, okay. Well, Thursday I get my Army of the Dead Zombicide core box, so I will have stuff to paint come Thursday. So maybe we could paint on stream on Saturday or on Friday or Saturday morning or something.
Maybe better do Friday during the day, just because
Sure.
Thursday's my birthday, so I might be out and about.
All right,
nice.
today.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I've got all these to paint.
Green Griffin. Ooh, hey, is that from Reaper?
It is.
Ah, very cool.
Nice.
For Bones. I love Reaper. All right.
Yep.
Oh, that's a lot of plastic. Yeah. I still have more gray piles of shame than you, but that's a good chunk there.
I shouldn't have done that.
No, you shouldn't have. Now you have to pick it all up. Shall we end?
We can end.
All right. Y'all take care. We will see you during the week, and if not, we'll see you Saturday.
Crafty, you need ancho chili peppers too. But all right, let's go ahead and end.
All right.